Here is a seated version of the Qigong classic, the 8 brocades, or 8 pieces of silk. I'm on a chair with wheels. I wouldn't recommend that. It's just that I'd like to show you some of the moves from sideways. So have a firm chair or stool and without arms so that you can move like this. So let's just settle in the space. With the 8 brocades, we take the feet together, knees together, which may feel a little awkward in seated, but let's maintain the tradition. And the hands shift firstly onto the lower belly. Try to be a little away from the back of the chair if it's a chair you're sitting on. And feel the elongation through the spine so the top of the head reaches to the sky and the tailbone is going down into the earth. The feet are also directed down into the earth. Take a moment to feel that vertical axis, that centered, calm position. And then we send the feet a little way apart, around shoulder width, one foot and then the other foot, and the knees are directly in the direction of the toes. Still, for the moment, the hands are on the lower belly. Our first movement is called push heaven or pushing heaven. And we take the hands gently down to each side. And we take them up, and so they're moving forward with the palms facing forward. And then we gently turn them so that they're facing sky. And then we gently turn them back to their original position as we come back down. And just very gently push to earth then. So we've come into our central position and we're just following that with our hands, pushing to the heaven, top of the head a little further up to the sky, and without losing any of that extension, tailbone and feet further down into the earth. Let's follow the breath, following the breath in and following the breath out. You're attempting to keep the shoulders down and out of it, so it's the hands that are leading the movement. When you've done about 6 of those movements, come back into hands gently on the lower belly for a moment. And we do a movement which is again a classic Qigong movement called shooting the hawk. So now we take the hands down once again, so the fingers are pointing gently towards the earth. And we bring the hands up, this time to around the forehead, level center of the forehead. And it's as if we're drawing a bow with one hand and we're shooting an arrow with the other. And here's your arrow holder. So it's just the thumb and index finger there. Watch the arrow fly, extend the other hand, turn the head to look at the other horizon, come back to the center with the head and take the hands down. Here we go again. Bringing the hands up, this time to center of the forehead and looking the other way to start. And then when you've watched the arrow fly that way, watch it this way and down. We'll keep doing that for a few times, ideally 6 to each side. When you have finished your final movement, come back with the palms facing forwards, like this, stopping for a moment, and then place the hands once again on the lower belly. Consolidate your stance, tailbone down, or your sitting stance as it were. Tailbone down through the earth, top of head to the sky, chin tucked down just a little bit. So let the chi through the neck spine, to open the neck spine. And now we take the hands down again, but this time they're faced palm towards the wall behind you, the area behind you. And we take the hands out like a bird opening its wings, but not totally, just a little bit. And then we turn the head, and as we do that, we turn the hands so the palms face forward, and then we bring it back. So, palms face back, turning the head, turn the hands so they face forward, and then bring them back. Really get that sense of opening wings. Follow your in-breath as you open your wings. Follow your out-breath as you come back through the center. When you have done a round 6 to each side, gently place your hands over the lower belly again. Feel the breath descend to the lower belly. And then taking the hands onto the thighs comfortably and sending the nose towards one of the knees. Doesn't matter which way you go around for the purposes of this video. So you're bending from the waist slightly diagonally towards one of the knees, and then you send the nose towards the other knee, and then you come in a circle and you slightly send your chest towards the sky. So there's a little bit of a twist. I'm going to show you from the side as well. And then you just go back exactly the same way that you came. Nose towards the knee, nose towards the other knee, a little bit of a twist so that you're facing the sky, and then you go again. Show you from the side. Follow your out breath as you go towards the knees, and follow your in breath as your chest area, your heart points a little bit further towards the sky. Coming back, and once again, the hands gently on the lower belly to center yourself. Relax any tension that's been created by that movement. And then we go into bend at the waist. So the hands come down beside you again, fingers pointing towards the earth. And you bend straight forward now. Straight forward. I'll show you from the side as well. And then if you can, lift your arms up to around the level of your ears. And then bring both head and trunk and arms up. And then softly bring them back down to the sides of you. So, bending forwards from the junction of the thighs and the hips, really. So keep the back relatively straight. Bring the arms up to ear level, and then up they come, and then around. If it's too much for you to have the arms by the ears, just get them as high as they will go. Following the out breath, and then your natural in breath. And when you sweep round one final time, bring the hands to rest on the lower belly again. We do a movement now called pushing fists. And so what we need is loosely clenched fists at waist height. Gazing forward, gently, nothing grasping about your gaze. Tailbone down, chin down a little bit, open the neck spine. And then pushing the fist forward, loosely clenched fist, turning it one way, unturning it and bringing it back. That's the movement. You don't move forward. You don't twist. It's just an arm movement. And you'll notice that although it's quite a martial move, it's called punching fists, so it's quite yang. Actually, when you send the fist forward, the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder, they're still soft. It's not a real punch, even though it's called punching fists. And when you feel you have finished, place your hands on your lower belly. And gently come up onto your toes and let your heels drop. Once again, let's do that with the breath. So following your in-breath as you press the balls of the feet into the earth, lift the heels. Following your out-breath as you just drop your heels. Let the out-breath completely finish before you go into the in-breath again. Once again, to finish, take the ankles at least close to themselves and the knees close to themselves. Give yourself, your inner self, a little bit of a bow and gratitude to all the masters who have brought Qigong through down the ages. Thank you for watching.